Hello and welcome to SatTV Week, the news programme for the international satellite industry. In this week's programme, Tricia looks at the recent launch developments, Carrie-Anne has the news headlines, Georgina reports on the addition of Giuliano Beretta to the new tech strategy team, and Brian Dolby talks to Richard Lord, CTO of Alto Bridge. But first, Telemar is launching Seymour, a new joint communication solution with Visada for the maritime community. Seymour is a full-service communications solution which comprises access to onboard communications in privacy, similar to GSM but without roaming costs, several maritime application suites, Visada Exchange, and an interactive website. Seymour allows seafarers to use their private smartphones and tablets, such as iPhone, iPad, BlackBerry and Android, to connect and communicate in much the same way as they use onshore communications networks. Seymour is powered by Visada Exchange, the single integrated maritime solutions platform, which provides reliable connectivity to all satellite networks. Now here's Carrie-Anne with the news headlines.
EBS and EBS Plus, the European Union's TV information services, have moved their satellite services to the Eutelsat 9A satellite. The two channels are uplinked to Eutelsat 9A by P&T Luxembourg, whose services were selected following an open call for tender by the European Commission. EBS and EBS Plus are a unique source of EU-related broadcast material for media professionals. Programming comprises live events from the European Commission, the European Parliament, the Council of Ministers and other institutions, plus news items and stock shots on EU policies and issues. Intelsat and Globecast have announced the launch of the Intelsat New Dawn Ku-band multi-channel per carrier media platform for Africa. As part of the Intelsat One terrestrial network, the platform provides a cost-effective solution for both regional and international programmers wishing to expand their distribution to cable and direct-to-home services across sub-Saharan Africa. Globecast will provide ground and uplink services for the platform from its facility in Johannesburg, South Africa. Customers can contribute content to the platform from anywhere in the world, either via Intelsat's global satellite fleet and the Intelsat One network, or through the 5-continent Globecast backbone network. SES has renamed its satellite internet subsidiary Astra Broadband Services as SES Broadband Services. Its successful satellite internet service Astra 2 Connect is renamed as SES Broadband. The new names are in line with SES's new corporate identity and its consistent use for all SES companies. SES Broadband Services provides high-speed satellite broadband internet for individuals, businesses and communities.
At the recent Mobile World Congress event in Barcelona, Brian Dolby caught up with Richard Lord, CTO of Alto Bridge, to talk about the role of satellite in mobile broadband data services.
Richard, as more and more Ka band is getting up there, there's a lot more provision out in the sky, but I think you guys can help actually materially make a difference on the ground. Give us your news that you're announcing this week.
Well, what we're talking about this week is basically the fact that we have moved from a 2G environment where people are being provided with voice and messaging services in remote areas using satellite backhaul. We're moving from that into a 3G environment where people now are using tablets, they're using smartphones, they're using USB dongles and laptops, and they require broadband data services in remote areas. Ka band is certainly one of the solutions to this problem of providing cost-effective broadband data to those users. So in the 2G environment, where you require voice, you require very high-quality links, then C-band and Ku-band have been very successful in providing that quality of service. When we get to Ka band, because of some of the related issues such as rain fade, the QoS may not be ideal for voice, but for data it's absolutely perfect.
So this could be a real landmark in actually enabling these rural areas to really get the amount of broadband data that they're thirsting for.
Absolutely, this is certainly part of the solution for these communities. You have to do it in a cost-effective way. There aren't any charities out there that are going to buy satellite bandwidth and provide infrastructure to these people. So we absolutely have to do everything we can to cut the cost of providing broadband to these communities.
You've already had quite a lot of success. I mean, you've got quite an international success story, aren't you?
I think so. I mean, we have hundreds of sites deployed all over the world, particularly in emerging markets in Africa and in Asia. And to date, we've been providing communities who have had no communications in the past with basic voice and messaging services. And now we're pushing into the broadband data world.
Now here's Trisha with the latest launch developments.
Arianespace's heavy-lift Ariane 5 for the orbiting of Europe's third automated transfer vehicle is now complete following installation of its payload fairing, marking an important step as final preparations continue for the March 9th mission from French Guiana to service the International Space Station. Integration of the 17-metre tall launch vehicle component, which is designed to protect the ATV payload during its initial ascent through the atmosphere, was at the spaceport's final assembly building. Metop-B, the European Operational Polar Orbiting Weather Satellite, designed and manufactured by Astrium, recently left the clean room at the European space industry leader's site in Toulouse. Metop-B was prepared for the shipping to the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, where a Soyuz launcher will place it in orbit with Starsem. The target launch date is 23rd of May 2012. Once in its polar orbit at an altitude of 870 kilometres, Metop-B will provide a wide range of global measurements that are essential for weather forecasting and climate monitoring. The satellite weighs 4,100 kilograms and has an expected lifetime of 5 years in orbit.
And finally, NewTek has appointed an experienced industry professional to its strategic committee.
Giuliano Beretta, the former CEO of Eutelsat, has been appointed as an external member of NewTek's strategic committee. The strategic committee advises and assists the NewTek board of directors with company policy and strategy. Mr. Beretta brings significant industry experience with him and will be instrumental in assisting NewTek's continued international expansion, as well as strengthening the skill set of the strategic committee. Mr. Beretta has been central to the design of many of Europe's pioneering communication satellite programs, including Eutelsat's Ka-Sat satellite, the largest Ka-band spot beam satellite covering Europe. Serge van Herk, CEO and chairman of NewTek, told SatTV, "We are extremely fortunate to have Giuliano joining us. He has exceptional industry experience and knowledge and is set to be a real source of strength for us. Many technologically ambitious plans are already underway, and having Mr. Beretta on board goes a long way towards ensuring our continued success." That's all for this week, and thanks for watching.